Good morning and welcome to episode one of Real Estate Cafe with Waylon Chavez. I'm so glad you're here. And before we get started, I want to, share some information on the rebranding of this group and of this podcast. Um, to be a little bit more conversational, a little bit more interactive, and I want more people to join. So that's the reason for the rebrand of Real Estate Cafe. It's formerly known as the Six Figure Real Estate Agent Podcast, but in order to reach more people, to be more inviting, to have more people come and I want to say get involved, comment, and join. And I figured I thought that Real Estate Cafe would be a great way to do that and to reach more people, to give more information. So that's why you're seeing the rebranding of the podcast and the show. We're on episode one right now. We're going to start all over for 2023. So this is episode one, and we're going to offer you three tips on running your real estate business, because as real estate agents we are running a business, and so many times we get lost in that because we think we're under the umbrella of another company. But before we get into that, I want to welcome you. My name is Waylon Chavez. I am a online real estate coach and trainer, and I'm also a brokerage owner of 17 plus years. Um, so I've been a real estate agent. I've been in your shoes for the last 17 and a half years, going on 18 years now. I started with nothing. I came out of government work, wanted something more for my life, got into real estate, jumped into real estate. And over the past 17 years, I've been a high six-figure earner where I take 4 to 6 weeks of vacation a year. And now I have a passion for personal development, and I want to share that with others. So before we get in any further, be sure, if you are watching this live, to allow StreamYard permission so you can comment. I want to see your comments. I want to be interactive. And please put in the comments and let me know what type of coffee you're drinking. I have my cup right here in my company mug here. So please share that with me. And like I said, I'm Waylon Chavez. I'm an online real estate coach and trainer. And the reason I chose online is because I can reach more people. So many times people don't want to travel anymore now with Zoom and the virtual stuff. So I want to create the space online for agents to come into, to connect, to grow, to learn, and to build their businesses. And what I focus on is lead generation, marketing, business, and personal development. So you will get all those aspects from me that are going to help you within your career. And I'm super passionate about each one of those, especially the personal development, because like I said, I've came out of government work in before I got into real estate, and personal development has helped me. So over the last 18 years, I've learned, I failed, I've succeeded, I failed some more, I've spent money on stuff that, hasn't worked, but I've adjusted the course along the way. And so many people, ask, well, why do you hire a coach? Because the coach has been through there, especially a coach that's in real estate or in whatever industry. I know there's some quote unquote coaches that have never had a real estate license, have never been in the industry, or have never been in whatever industry they're coaching in. And for me, what I look for is somebody that knows what I've gone through, that's going through the heartaches, that's going through the stressors, that's looking for, that right system. So, I believe the people that have been through it make the best coaches. And I've been going through it the last 17 plus years. And now I want to switch over. And like I said, I have a passion for helping other agents. I have a passion for personal development. So that's where the online coaching is going to come in. And that's where this transition is coming in to training and coaching other real estate agents. So I'm glad you're here. Please, again, allow StreamYard permissions if you are watching this online, so you can comment, and please comment. I do want to interact with you, and I want to highlight you and share with you. But before we get into the three tips today, what I want to go over is a couple of statistics that are in the real estate industry that sometimes you overlook. And I got these straight out of NAR. So, I just want to share with you, because so many times people get into real estate for the perception of $1 million listing, house hunters, stuff like that, HGTV. And I want to share the reality of it, because as we all know that are in the business, that's not the reality. So I do want to share the reality of it. So the first tip I want to share is real estate agents with 2 years of experience or less had a median gross income of $8,800 in their first 2 years. And the reason for that, I believe, is because the perception, they don't do the research and know exactly why they're getting into the business. They get in because of the perception of the nice cars, the lots of money, the $1 million listing, the sunset listing, whatever you want to call it, without knowing what it takes to actually succeed in this business. So for the first 2 years, an agent with 2 years or less experience is only not even earning $10,000. So they're losing money while they're here. And one of my biggest beliefs is because it's the systems. They don't have coaching, they don't have a mentor, and they don't have the guidance to put them in and let them know that this is a serious business that you're going to have to work on every single day. The second one stat from NAR that I gathered was realtors with 16 years of experience had a median income of $85,000, which I think is pretty sad, because if you have 16 years of experience and you're only earning $85,000 a year, that's pretty sad. With the potential that we have here in our business, if we are running it like a business, and that's why I'm stressing the fact that real estate is a business and you need to run a business, and that's why I'm going over these 3 tips before 2023 starts, so you can put yourself in a position to set up as a business, so you can be in the right position and the right mindset to do that. Number 3, majority of real estate agents work 35 hours weekly. That's all okay, but are we actually working on the right things? Are we being productive rather than busy? Or are we just, going out, posting on social media, going to Starbucks, going to networking events without actually doing intentional lead generation and follow through? And without the intentional lead generation and follow through, you don't have a business. And that's why, in my trainings with my coaching clients, I always say, there's a real estate agent roller coaster, because it's always the ups and downs. When the agents are doing good, they get the business, they have 3 to 5 deals under contract, and then their lead generation and follow through stops because they turn into an administrative assistant with inspections, appraisals, documents, whatever they need to get to closing, which is needed. But then what happens after those 3 to 5 close? They have to start all over, not knowing that in real estate, it takes 60 to 90 days of lead generation and follow through to build that pipeline. So if you think about this, look what you did back the last 60 to 90 days, and that'll tell you what business you're having right now. Whatever actions you took or didn't take those past 60 to 90 days is an indication of what the business you have now. So right now, you're working towards February and March timeframe, and even April. So whatever you're doing right now is working towards that. Yes, you're going to get those deals that are going to have to list or buy right now, but to have longevity and to have a steady stream of buyers and sellers coming in, it takes 60 to 90 days of consistent, intentional lead generation. And the last stat I want to share from NAR is 54% of real estate agents are affiliated with an independent company. So that's pretty telling in the South. I myself own an independent brokerage. I've never been with a national franchise, especially now with the people, supporting local small businesses. I think a lot of that is going towards the local independent real estate brokerages. And it's only a small fraction that are with the big companies. But the mindset is, with the smaller brokerages, you come in and I'm under the umbrella of a brokerage. So that's the business. I'm not running a business. I'm just an independent contractor under the umbrella of ABC brokerage. But in actuality, you are actually running a business. You are just under the umbrella of this brokerage. And what I tell my coaching clients and the people that are in my group coaching is that, you are the consumer. We as real estate agents are the consumer of these big national franchise companies. It's not the buyers or sellers. It's us as real estate agents. That's why they provide us tools, systems, coaching, whatever it may be, but they provide it at a fee. So you are their consumer. And in all actuality, you are running a business. So you need to have the mindset of running a business like a business at all times. So please comment if you're there. Please allow StreamYard access. And if you're listening to this after the fact, we appreciate you for being here. This is Waylon Chavez with episode 1 of Real Estate Cafe, the new rebrand. So happy to have you here. And I am going to get into, and I want to share some slides here in a few, but what I'm going to do now is I am going to take off this and I'm going to start sharing with you the tips. So tip number one is we're going to give you 3 real estate tips on how to set up and run your business as a business. So tip number one is, I'm going to put up here, is create an LLC. And the reason you want to do that is because it protects you from your personal life, your personal liabilities, and when hopefully you don't get sued, and they do that. But what you want to do is create a name, like such as mine is AB Premier Properties. So your tip number one is to create an LLC. You're going to find a name. You're going to have to figure out if you're going to be a sole member or multi-member LLC. And the benefits of having a multi-member is, God forbid, if you pass away, it goes on to your children, your spouse, whatever that may be. You want to put everything in the name of the LLC for the best tax benefits. Because if it's under the LLC, it acts as kind of a shelter. That way, if your car, if your office, if your marketing, you have a bank account under your LLC, everything is protected under the business and is not, like I say, hopefully you don't get sued and they can't go after your personal stuff. They'll go after all your business liabilities. But again, what I want to preface this by saying is always contact a lawyer or an accountant for more information and more detailed information on this. That way, or a CPA, that way you get the right information. But when you create an LLC, you can do that through the state. And that's through your local state board. If just your Secretary of State, just Google create an LLC in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or whatever state you live in, and it's going to pop up there, and you can mainly do it online. You can create this and create it online to where you don't even have to go in. When I first created it, I have to drive all the way about an hour and a half away to the state capitol, go out and fill out the information and do stuff like that. Now everything's online, so you can manage it easy. So it's pretty awesome. So again, you want to create the name, and it could be as simple as Waylon Chavez LLC, your name LLC, or it could be, like I said, your company, your team name, whatever you want to brand yourself as. So it could be anything. And they will do a name search to make sure that name is not taken. And once they do that, you'll be granted that name. Then you want to decide if you want a sole member or a multi-member LLC. And then from then on, you want to start putting everything in the name of the LLC, including under your independent contractor agreement with your brokerage. That way they can pay out to the LLC and you can write off the tax benefits from that. But then when they pay you your commissions, it goes to the LLC and to your business rather than you. So again, talk with a lawyer, an accountant, and a CPA for more insight on all these tips that I'm going to share. So the second one is get an EIN number from the IRS. So once you have your LLC, you're going to go and you're going to Google how to obtain an EIN number. And then it's going to take you to the IRS website, and you're going to choose a single EIN for an LLC. And what that is, it's an employee identification number or a tax ID that identifies your business and that you can claim and file your taxes on. It's used to identify a business entity versus using your social security number. That way, like I said, when you want to create this stuff, it removes your personal liability as much as possible from any future litigation, hopefully. An EIN is required to open a business bank account. Let me go here. I'm sorry about this. So the EIN is required to open a business bank account. Once you have a business bank account, you can then apply for credit cards under the business name, and you can have the tax advantages of a business, such as write-offs, travel, classes, marketing, continuing education. And again, talk to your CPA, your accountant about this, but you want to set up your business as a business for the longevity, because so many people get into the real estate with the mindset of, I'm just an agent, I just want to sell homes, I just want to help people sell and buy homes and move on, without thinking of the long-term vision. When we get into anything, we have to have that long-term vision and say, what's going to happen 15, 20, 30 years from now when I build this business? Because remember, when you build a business and you go to quote unquote retire, what you're selling is the business. You're selling your list, your sphere, the thing you've built up over the last 25 years. And if you're doing that personally, you can't sell your personal name, your personal brand. You can only sell what you've built. Another indication on this of building is you can pass it along to your kids. Myself, for instance, my son is 17 now. He's going to be 18 next year. And after high school, he's going straight into real estate school, and he wants to come and be a part of the business. And the way I've set it up is when I'm ready to, call it quits, I don't think that'll be ever, but I can just go ahead and pass that right along to him versus trying to change everything from a personal name to his personal name. We just pass along the LLC and he takes everything from there. So that's another reason why you do it. You want to think longevity because so many times people are just into real estate for the commission and the money because they see it on TV. If you come in and have it as a business, I don't call myself a realtor or a real estate agent. I call myself a real estate trusted advisor. Think of it. These people are trusting us with the highest uh, uh, money investment of their careers and of their life, which is their home, one of the biggest money investments in their career. So us to take that lightly is not doing them a service. If we're just in it for the commissions and the sales and we move on to the next person, we're doing a disservice to the consumers. That's why I refuse to call myself a realtor or a real estate agent. I'm a real estate trusted advisor. And I hope you can take that and apply that to your business as well. So let's recap. Step number 2 is you're going to obtain an EIN number from the IRS. It's an employee identification or tax ID number used to identify a business entity versus a social security number. And the EIN is required to open a business bank account. And then once you have your business bank account, you can then apply for credit cards under this business name. And then you'll have the tax advantages of a business, which is write-offs, travel, classes, marketing, continuing education, and then, of course, talk to your CPA, your accountant about this and how it's going to work so you can get the best benefits. But I just want to share these with you so you're prepared for 2023. I'm sorry. Okay, so now tip number 3. When you do this, it protects your personal property and personal items. How? Having an LLC and doing business under your LLC has certain protections from your personal property, like your home, personal bank accounts, etc. I'm not saying that if you get sued, God forbid, I'm not saying people ain't going to sue you for that. It could happen. Anything can happen. But having an LLC and everything under your business name will act as a shelter and it protects you from doing that. So if you don't have an LLC and if you're not protected and if you're not thinking for the future, you really don't have a business. When we set the mindset of getting into real estate and having a business, you have to come into it for the long haul. This is a career, not just a job or a hobby where somebody's going to jump in and just make a lot of money and turn the people away. Remember, we're helping people with the biggest financial investment of their lifetime, whether they're buying, selling, or investing in real estate. So don't take that lightly. And when you do them a good job and you continue that relationship, they're going to refer you to others. So, go into it with a sense of being a trusted advisor, just like a wealth management person at, New York Life or Northwestern Mutual. We're the same thing. We just don't look at it that way because society and the perception of real estate agents is running to Starbucks, having a nice fancy car, posting selfies on social media. But in all actuality, what it is it's hard work, consistent work done on a daily basis, day in and day out, of lead generation and follow through, marketing, business, and personal development. And in order to do that, we need to grow. And what I teach my coaching clients that are in my group coaching is you want to be a community ambassador. You kind of want to be like the mayor of your town or a politician. You want to be that go-to person when something's happening in your town. You want to be the first person people reach out to, even if it's not in real estate, because you're top of mind. And you want to be that ambassador. You want to be that trusted advisor for people on the long haul and for the longevity of your career. So again, to recap, let me get back here. I want to recap the 3 tips for you. Oops. And then we will get into closing. So tip number 1 is create an LLC or other entity. You can create a corporation, S corporation. For myself, I just created an LLC, so that's all I can speak to. You want to create the name of it. You want to decide if you're going to be a sole member or a multi-member. You want to put everything in the name of the LLC. In addition to that, once you have a bank account and an LLC, you can actually get credit through the LLC and buy vehicles, so on and so forth. So you don't have to put them under your personal name. And then, of course, for the tax benefits, you want to do that. Number 2, once you get your LLC, you want to obtain an EIN number from the IRS, which is an employee identification or tax ID number. that is used to identify your business entity versus your social security number. That way your social security number is not out there floating everywhere. An EIN is required to open a business account. And then once you have your business account, bank account, you can then apply for credit cards under the business name, and then have the tax advantages, which are great write-offs, travel, classes, marketing, vehicle expenses, stuff like that. And again, you want to talk to your CPA or accountant for all the specifics on this and get all more detailed information than I can provide here. You want to protect your personal items. While you do that, when you create an LLC, everything goes under the LLC. So you're protecting your personal items, such as your home and your personal accounts. And again, I'm not saying they won't sue you for that. They can't, but at least there's a barrier there in between. So I just want to help protect you as much as you can. So having an LLC and doing business under the LLC can has certain protections from your personal property, like your home, bank accounts, etc. It acts like a shelter. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope I brought some great information to you, and I hope you can go out and start doing this. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, comment on this broadcast, comment below, or reach out to me at Waylon at abqpremierproperties.com or at Waylon Chavez USA on all social platforms. So what I want to encourage you to do now is subscribe to the podcast. If you are here in the Real Estate Cafe group, just go into Apple Podcasts and search Real Estate Cafe. It's gonna come up. And you'll be able to hear it wherever you can and re-listen to this. You can also go to realestatecafepodcast.com to subscribe. And what I want to do now is I want to offer you a free complimentary gift. If you go to my website, waylonchavez.com, you're going to see a button there that says free training. I want you to go there, click on that, and I'm going to give you a free training that's valued at $697. But I think it'll definitely help you coming into 2023, and I want to offer that to you. So please go to waylonchavez.com, click on the free training, and you'll have instant access to that free training, which is the 5 C's to 6 figures in 2023, and how you can, set yourself up for success in 2023. Remember, we have to be intentional. If you're not doing the intentional things, if you're not doing the system over and over and over on a consistent basis, we don't have a business. Don't be the agent that has the regret of not spending time with their family. Don't be the agent that has the stress of working 24/7, 365, but not being productive. Don't be the agent that has to get out of the business after 3 or 4 years because you don't have a solid system. Get the training, get the development you need, get the coaching, to get the accountability. And that's what I'm here for. So, like I said, subscribe. Please reach out, follow me at Waylon Chavez USA on all social platforms, Instagram and Facebook mostly. And then go to waylonchavez.com to claim your free training. Just go to waylonchavez.com, click on the free training, and you'll get instant access. I want to thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. And please enjoy your week. Please enjoy your new year. Be safe, and God bless.